Ladies and gentlemen, what's happening? Welcome back. What's happening? Welcome back. Oh, what's happening? Welcome back. Oh, what's happening? Welcome back. Oh, what's happening? That's a nice beat, by the way. That's very good. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to the live streams here, episode number 24. I should have turned this into a remix. What do you think? That's something for next time, maybe. Welcome back, baby. Welcome back. We had a fantastic weekend. A lot of things has happened here. I'm going to give you guys all the updates here. We're going to go over everything. You go around to gold, the dollar, the oil, the 10-year yield, the bonds, the news, what's happening in the markets when it comes down to Iran and all that beautiful stuff. We're going to talk about this here. Let me quickly see what we have with us in the building. As always, look at the chat. Damn. AJ Van Vuren, my friend, good to see you. Welcome back. Damien, what's happening, my friend? Sanjay. Axel, my friend, good to see you. Welcome back. Trading with Ghost. Yeah, the fam is back as always here. Beautiful week ahead of us, guys. A beautiful, beautiful Monday. It's time to rock and roll. What do you guys think? I think so. We're back, baby. Back in motion. Smash that like button, join the channel, smash that like button, support your boy, okay? Perfect. Holy moly. Really beautiful live streams here. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys have had a good weekend. Hope you spent some time with your friends, your family, some time away from the charts. However, it is time to get back to work. As always, we need to get back on track here. We need to get and continue that winning streak going. We need to get into that motion, if you know what I mean. So we need to do our breakdown, our full breakdown on gold now. What's happening? Is gold going up? Is it going down? Are we bullish? Are we bearish? What do you guys think is happening here? Okay. We'll be covering that very, very soon here. I took a quick scalp in Asia. Actually, a quick 200 pip scalpy. Very, very clean setup here. Beautiful reaction of what we call the fixed value area low. Super nice, actually. Super beautiful range. We're kind of holding that support there right now. Okay. Another trap city here, light there, of course, typical trap city for gold, right before the New York Open, right? A lot of people are getting short and then boom, the candle goes up and the candle is bullish here, okay? I also tried to get in, but clearly, immediately I was like, nope, it's gonna reverse, it's holding support. There's no need to short yet. So that's what we're gonna talk about here in a second here. What are the scenarios? What are the plans here? What is the dollar doing? Okay, is the dollar bullish? Is the dollar bearish? What is oil about right now at the moment here? Oil is kind of holding up quite well at this current moment here. So we have to go to the market. You guys already probably know the game that we are playing here, right? We are playing the correlation game. Okay, we're trying to understand what the other instruments and assets are doing in the market, so we can get a better understanding of, of what gold might do as well here. Okay. Now let's quickly see what the chat is saying as well. Hi, it's me, says it's so easy to say gold is bullish before the market open, but then 9:30 comes around and just does not give a damn about any levels or any structure from the London session. Well, this is partially true. I have to admit this. This is partially correct. The New York session has been an absolute mess. However, it's all about management, the way we manage our position here. As you can see, I also tried to quickly get out right there at the moment, but we'll go over and cover it. We cover all the basics, the foundation as well here. We're also trying to grow our TopStep account, right? I haven't been trading on this account for months, so we're trying to build back that streak right now. Slow and steady is how we rock and roll here. Slow and steady, okay? Slow and steady beats the game long term. That's what we do here on the streams. We're going to cover the reasoning behind it. We want to end the day in green. It's fine to lose trades, but we want to end the day in green, okay? At least the week, but preferably the day, by end of day, obviously. All right, that's something that we're looking for here. But anyways, let me know if you guys are ready for the analysis right now. Let's go over the higher time frame. Type in a yes in the chat. For all the new members, by the way, if you haven't downloaded the book yet, you know where to find it. I hope you studied it this weekend. I always ask the same question, and I will ask you the same question. Every Monday, I'll ask you, have you read the book in the weekend? Have you at least looked at it a little bit? Have you tried to understand it? Have you tried to read at least the first chapter? The volume profile, right? The volume analysis. This is something that we talk about all the time, and this is something that will come back on the streams all the time. So it's very important that you have an understanding of that, so you don't go into the stream today blindly, okay? This is why the weekends are perfect for that, in my opinion, to just go over the actual chapter 1. You go through it, you read it. It will take you, what, an hour, 30 minutes, maybe max, if you are focused, right? And then you just understand exactly the way we utilize the volume profile and why we look at certain levels the way we do, and why volume is king right there, okay? So this is very important for us today as well here. I'm trying to see if we could either short it below the 26 or if we can find that support. So I'm going to talk about this right now at the moment here. For the rest, we're going to just make sure that you guys are fully ready, fully updated for today's session here. So let's kick it off with the higher time frame first, and let's actually go over the way we opened today, because it was actually very interesting, right? We actually opened up quite, you could say aggressively, okay? And the reason why was, of course, because of Trump. What else, right? You probably already know why. If you don't know why, it had to do, of course, with the Strait of Hormuz, which is now blocked by the United States as well, okay? The peace deal is no longer a peace deal, all right? It has been canceled. It has been invalidated, as we say in trading terms, okay? This has a major impact on oil today because oil spiked because of that. Look at that. We started at, roughly speaking, we closed at 95 and we opened at a freaking 101, and then price came up right around there to what, 105, and now we're at 104. So that is a large breakout. That's a large move here, roughly speaking, from the top, from the bottom to the top, around a 10% move in oil, which of course caused the dollar to also open up bullish, okay? The dollar also spiked, opened up bullish. We pulled back right here, and now we're breaking structure to the upside again. So it seems that the dollar is still holding that strength. The only thing that we don't see on gold right now is Goldie being bearish yet, okay? We're not there at this current moment here. But I do have a couple potential reasons of why I am personally gonna be looking at some short scenarios. Okay, I'm not saying I'm gonna go short today again. I'm saying that I'm gonna look at some scenarios, and if the scenarios play out, that then I am willing to go into a pullback trade. But right now, there is no signs of that yet. We don't have the confirmation of that yet here at this current moment right now. So what I'm trying to do is just to remove right now my bias completely and to just simply come back, right, and go to gold here and objectively look at the higher time frame. Where do we stand? What is the dollar doing? And what are the potential levels that we need to look out for this trading session here? Because this is something that we talk about a lot on the streams here. And this is something I've been really highlighting a lot here. You can have a daily bias, and the daily bias could be bullish, for example. You could say, hey, I'm bullish biased on gold today. But it could be that the New York session is more bearish. So instead of working with a daily bias, I actually prefer to focus more on what I call a session bias, okay? Not a daily bias, more or less a session bias, because the over understanding of the daily bias makes sense. It's important to have a daily bias. It's important to understand what the trend is telling you. We talked about this Friday, right, on the streams where we said the intraday trend now is super important, but it could be that at that moment that the New York session opens up, or we are running through New York, that we are in resistance and we can't break a certain level. So we objectively also need to understand that, so we don't get too stuck to a certain outcome or expectation, and therefore allowing us to giving us the room to see objectively what is really happening in the market right there. I hope that makes sense. So with that said here, and let's go to the 4-hour time frame right now. Obviously, the daily is key. Right now, we have that daily support sitting at 4665, and on gold spot, it is clearly at 4642, right? This is a major daily level on gold right now at this current moment, but we are higher. We're actually holding above this at this current moment right here. So we do have some daily support there on gold, okay? Now, at the same time, while we're talking about higher time frame support, if you go to the 4-hour, you can actually see quite well that we are kind of losing a bit of that momentum right now, right? And especially around here, you can see that we are kind of trending downwards. We're kind of following up back with the macro trend right here, okay? Initially, we had this kind of, like, you could say, yeah, how do you say that? Like this intraday trend, right? We were creating higher highs and higher lows here, and now we broke down here. I don't really use trend lines though for my trades, okay? But I just wanted to give you a quick overview of what's happening and why we are definitely forming that resistance right now, and how we're kind of losing that momentum at this current moment right now on gold here, okay? You can actually see how the dollar is holding up pretty well at this current moment as well here. We are actually in higher time frame support on the dollar, and we are actually holding up quite well at this current moment, okay? Oil, same thing, right? Oil broke out. It actually is retesting right now that resistance or that initial support. You can actually see as well on the 50-minute time frame, we use the volume profile. Right here, we use a range. You guys probably already know this right here. If you don't know this, you can find it on page number 46 of your book. You can actually see how we turned that range from resistance right here into right now being support again, okay? So you can actually see how it's holding up, and usually when you see that, it's not really good for gold, because you don't really want to see oil pushing up higher, because every time when we look at gold and we look at oil right here, guys, let's do it one more time here. We have gold here and we have oil there, okay? Just look at today, for example, again, all right? Oil spiked upwards here on the 50-minute time frame, and what did gold do? Gold came down right there, okay? And here, oil came down, and here, gold actually came up. Do you see that? So we need to really pay attention to this. And if oil holds strong, yeah, then there's gonna be more selling pressure on gold from that perspective, okay? So this is kind of the current situation we are in right now on gold. We're kind of losing the momentum a little bit. And if you go to the order flow on the higher time frame, okay, and we look at the footprint chart on gold right now, then you can actually see that we're indeed in that resistance from a Thursday, okay? This is where a lot of sellers came in, where we closed the candle red, and that is actually a zone that we're kind of retesting right now at this current moment. And you can already see at this current moment that buyers are trying to step in, but they're unable to pull price forward, right? You can kind of see how now they're not really pushing price higher. You can actually see that the candle is already getting rejected with more buyers stepping in today. A lot more buyers stepping in today, okay? At the same time, the weekly time frame as well. Look at that. This is the whole week. The order flow of the whole week. The actual orders in the marketplace of the whole week. And look at where we are topping out, or where we got that rejection or that resistance right now. Do you see that? Do you see how this red box? You guys know we love our boxes. You guys know it. We love our freaking boxes right there, okay? You can actually see right now very, very clearly that we are forming that resistance right now, right there as well. So we have that weekly resistance at the moment. We have that daily resistance at the moment, okay? The 4 hour is trying to push, but we cannot really break this level right now. Do you see that? We cannot really break our zone, our box right there. And we're actually getting rejected at it right now. And the hourly time frame also has that resistance right now. So longing, in my opinion, right here is pretty tricky, if you ask me, okay? So this is why I'm looking to potentially short gold right here, but only with a good closure below, and I can say it right now, a good closure below the 26. So actually, the 26 right now is what matters, right around there, okay? Specifically a 15 minute is what I want to look for, because the 15 minute has been a pretty reliable today, I must say. Okay, and you can actually see how we're now holding that support still, okay? We can actually still that we're holding that support. And if you go back to the actual candlestick chart and we look at gold right now, you can actually see that we have two ranges marked out. This was one big range that we saw. This is the fixed profile, right? We have our consolidation, we have our expansion. Now we had the pullback and we bounced off the very low. And at the same time, right now, we had another range that we tried to trade from. Actually, I took a trade from this one today here. Actually, right from this level right there. Price came up and now we're pulling back down, we're breaking, we're losing that momentum here. So if we can break down here, I think there is a chance that we will pull down. And I'm willing to actually look for a potential pullback trade towards the downside if this actually comes to fruition here, okay? I hope this makes sense so far. Always at support. The dollar right now is not looking that particularly weak. We just broke structure to the upside as well. And gold has difficulties breaking higher, okay? The only thing that I can say right now is that we can actually see here that sellers are now trying to sell, that a lot of sellers that got stuck there are supported. So we still have that support sitting here. You can actually see how this level right now is holding up pretty well, okay? So what we want to see, in my opinion, what I want to see is I want to see that closure below. I want to break below this. Yeah, and then after that, there is pretty clean traction, to be honest, to the downside right here, okay? So I'm really paying attention right now to how price is developing around this level in particular. The 4626 is kind of what I am looking for, and on gold spot, it is probably gonna be the 4703. Okay, you can already see how it's pushing right now. And yeah, I mean, if you break close below this, we close below this, or we have a 4-minute closure. Yeah, let's see how we close this candle, right? And where we close it. And what I've learned is that closures are very important. And I don't like to really chase the market down here, okay? Because this is how I got catched last time as well on Thursday, where I made a mistake, where I actually took a short. Was it a short? Yeah, I took a short setup, guys, remember? And I was in immediate drawdown. And then I, of course, recovered the trade. We still won the trade at the end, but it was all because I was a little bit too excited about a level. I was a bit too convinced that it was going to happen. And then last minute, the last minute before the candle actually closed, it reversed, right? So I prefer to stay out until the closure below and then potentially look for a reaction right here. But that is the current situation on gold, okay? Now, what about a bullish scenario? Is there also a bullish scenario that we can talk about right now? The main thing that I'm seeing here now on the hourly is that the 55 is the most important level here. So this is actually, yeah, pretty much above this area right here, okay? And yeah, in order to really look for that continuation, I feel that we have to break above that. Okay, we have to really break above that high to see potentially if we can find a continuation or something in that manner, okay? So I'm going to be very patient. I'm going to see if we can close above this or below this, and then just look for the right confirmation. Yeah, at this moment though, we are dealing with a lot of resistance at or below you already the value area. Okay, the value area of this particular range right there. Okay, so let's see what happens, guys. This is what I'm kind of looking forward right now. Hope this makes sense. We went to the higher time frame on gold. Right, the daily is kind of decent, but support is much lower. Actually, support is sitting much lower, the daily support right here. It's actually sitting right there. So we have room for that. The 4 hour, okay, most of them right now are, in my opinion, resistance right here. So I'm really paying attention to this. And for the people that are asking, yo, why is the price different? Why is my price different from your price? The main reason why is because we're looking at the futures chart. The candles are the same. The price is slightly different, okay? So the futures price is different from the spot price. The spot price right now is at 4709, 47010. And the futures price right here is 4732. Okay? That is the overall idea here, guys. We just have to be patient right now. You can see that sellers are trying, but they're failing. They're failing. They're trying, but they're failing. So no need to rush into shorts here, okay? And I also thought that, oh, we're going to break down quite easily. And then, nope. So, you know, that's definitely something that you have to pay attention to a lot here. We are at a major level, by the way. This is actually the best level, in my opinion, to start the New York session with, okay? Because this is where I believe you'll find a potential reaction, either bullish or bearish. But at the moment, we're still in that support. You can see this right here very, very clearly. So, yeah. Patience, man. Patience. Let's see if we can actually react. And yeah, I'm going to continue building that winning streak out on the top step right now. Like I said, my goal is kind of to build this up slowly and steadily. And I believe that over time, you connect all these accounts and it really, really starts compounding, right? It's not only about maximizing profits. It's also about how do we minimize losses and how do we manage that accordingly, okay? Let me know if this makes sense to you guys. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. And if you guys agree with me, if not, also let me know. We can go back and forth. I'm always open for, you know, for feedback. And then we go from there. All right? I can't find the MGC on my FTMO account. That's just gold for you. Xau USD, okay? Xau USD, right there. Yeah, it's so easy to go short there. But let's see what happens. Let's see if we can actually close below the 26 right now. Let's hope it actually holds for now, and then we'll see later. But we'll look for the confirmation. We'll look for the confirmation. Okay. Are we selling gold because we broke the 4,600? Yeah, well, actually not necessarily because of the price structure, okay? I think this is kind of important to mention. It's actually a good question because, you know, because we broke the 4,600, we actually did not broke the 4,600, by the way, but we're kind of holding in that resistance right now at the moment. Right here, you can actually see how clear this area of resistance is. You can actually see how clean it is. I'm just really trying to simplify it for you right now, right? But you can actually see how this is an area of resistance where we are unable for now to break above, right? Very straightforward, very simple. We don't have to really overcomplicate it. But yeah, the execution itself is what of course I am looking for. But there's a lot of selling. Must admit, there's a lot of selling right now. But at the moment, price is not really pushing down, okay? Sellers are trying, they're failing. So let's see if New York can squeeze us down here. Similar to our long setup, right, on a Friday, where I took that long trade. It also took some time, right, to develop. And it seems to be very typical from New York right now that it needs freaking time. It needs time. Yeah. All right. New week, man. Let's hopefully start the week strong. Lorenzo, when you have chosen the 15 locking ones, will you still do the live streams? The live streams are going to be here, man, regardless. And yes, this is completely correct. You guys already know about my actual application process that we allowed 15 traders to go through. Actually, everyone could apply, but we only select the 15 best applications for us to work with me for 6 weeks. Obviously, this is paid. right? Because of the amount of questions I've received here in regards to this exact trading system, this exact trading process, right? I decided, I'm not going to create a course, I'm not going to do anything like that. I am just going to work with 15 people one-on-one or in group format, but live, so I can actually be there for them, talk to them personally, and actually help them out there. And we received hundreds of applications. I'm not joking, hundreds of applications. And we are now going through that selecting process. So if you have done an application as well, and you haven't got any message yet back, then keep in mind that you might get a message back later. But otherwise, we'll inform you guys regardless over the email, okay? We'll send out new emails on a day-to-day basis to keep you guys updated. But yeah, we are currently going through that selecting process. And to be really honest with you, I did not expect it. There's so many applications to come in. Our team did not expect so many applications to come in. I thought it was gonna be an easy, boom series, but no, it's a lot of applications we have to go through, and we do wanna look at every application. So it might take a little bit more time than we initially expected here. So do take that in consideration. If you still feel like, I want to get in, I want to be part of the 15 to learn the hybrid trading system, where you learn my strategy, you get my exact tools, including, of course, the order flow as well included, then I highly recommend you to apply right here on the link below. You can still do that by clicking on this link. I will drop a link in the chat here, but we only have a couple spots left right now. So make sure that your application stands out. That's it. If your application stands out, it's easy for us to see this. The more work you put into it than just writing yes, no, maybe, yes. It's not really going to work, okay? We need to see, we need to see from your side some investment, so we understand that you're actually serious about learning, actually looking to take your trading to a full-time income, all right? I booked a call with Sergio. After that, I realized, okay, what your folks' name is again? What your folks' name is again? I don't know. Yeah, Lorenzo, question. Why does the gap appear in the market sometimes? The gap appears because in the weekends, right, we're seeing a differentiation between the actual supply and demand from the COMEX exchange. And that causes these gaps in the markets right here, okay? So what we're seeing right now on gold, for example, is actually the retracement of that gap, and we kind of failed to completely fill that gap, but we pulled back into this, and now we're struggling to continue higher. All right, but yeah, that was a huge open, and this is why anything is possible in the weekends. Okay, anything is possible in the weekends in terms of news, so you have to be very careful here. Okay, with holding trades in the weekends and stuff, Trump can announce something, and then you never know what happens. You never know what happens right now at the moment. We're more into the scalping mode right now. More into a scalping, you could say the scalping mode. Lorenzo, how about your VIP members? We're gonna continue. I've been doing the weekly analysis with them on a continuous basis, and I'm also working on a couple things behind the scenes as well. All right, we're pushing up. We're holding that support here. Sellers are unable to push price down at the moment. So that's actually, it's still holding that level. It's such an important level, guys. The 4731, so important, man. Wow. Yeah, Lorenzo, the Friday's trade was really, really good. Thank you. Amazing, man. Yeah, it was actually messy, though. It took 3 times, right? Friday. To get in, get out, get in, get out, and then get in. And then finally, price kept pushing higher, right? It took some time, but yeah, I mean, we're there. Demai says, I may have heard it wrong, but I thought you weren't selling anything. When did you hear that? Let me know. Maybe from the intraday trend. Is that what you're saying? I mean, we have been shorting also in the last week, right? I said very, very clearly, we are also shorting, also in an intraday uptrend. I have no problems with counter trend trading here, okay? What do you guys think? Are we going to follow through here today? Rejection, rejection, rejection. Okay. Look at the sellers are coming in again. I'm really curious if you can break that 26 level, guys. Really, really curious to see if this could actually happen today here. All right. Overall, thank you guys for all the support, man. The amount of messages I've been receiving here, it's just amazing. I am super committed to be here live every day for the next coming, months, actually. Okay. Really committed here. Really looking forward to see what we can do over the next coming months here. It's gonna be incredible. I'm really looking forward to this. Just live trading, hopefully as transparent as possible, making sure that everything here is clear. Every Friday, we're gonna go through all the trades right of the week. We're not gonna hide anything. If I go into a losing streak, you will see it. I mean, that's just the reality, right? Same thing for us being in a winning streak as well. Whatever, we'll cover it on a Friday, okay? Every Friday, we're gonna go through all the trades and then we'll cover it. We say, yup, this is where we messed up there. This is what we did really good there. This is where we could be done better, whatever the case may be, right? Everything. And I hope you guys like that format, because I think it's very important for you to understand the reality of trading as well, and how the market really works, and how it's possible. Yes, it is possible to have a real edge in the market. It's also possible to make consistent income out of trading. So it's definitely worth it. Do you give too much importance to a top wick? I care about the candle structure. I care more, for me personally, about the closures, okay? Candle closures below certain levels, okay? Candle closures below certain levels. Yeah. If you guys like the streams here on a daily basis, then smash up that like button. I would highly appreciate that. We have around 1,000 people watching and we have around 180 likes. If you can get this up to like, what, 300? Yo, Kyle, thank you for the sub, my friend. Then that would be amazing, okay? It really helps the channel grow. Regardless, even if I don't get any likes, I would still be here. But it, you know what I mean? It just helps. It helps the YouTube algorithm. You know how it goes, right? My goal is to have a real impact and also to be here live every day and trade every day. If I see the right setups, of course. And yeah, hopefully giving you some good vibes, some good music. The playlist is coming very soon. We have 114 tracks right now, so I think we're ready for it. We are ready for it. Tim Duck says, I'm sure if you look on your name up on the internet, I'll find your book here is selling. Is that really? Yeah, there are probably people selling my book, but you can get the book for free. So don't buy it. All right. Don't do that. You can actually download it right here. It's very easy. It takes you about 2 minutes. And the link is in the chat, in the description of this video. So don't buy a book on Google. Okay. Crazy that people do that, by the way, if that's actually true. But yeah, I would not be surprised. I'm not surprised of anything any longer right now. Lorenzo, if you were my teacher, would you tell me to prefer a choppy market or a clean market to trade? Well, choppy versus clean. What do you think sounds better? What do you think sounds better? Obviously a clean market, but hey, we've been trading the choppy market the whole week. And we have been actually taking some pretty decent trades. So, I mean, it's all about perspective, of course. But the cleaner, right? The better. The cleaner, the better. Yeah. How can I get your book? The book is in the description, man, or in the chat. Post the link in the chat. So you can download my book. It took for me a year to build it. 9 months to write it and to make it with my team. Do you think ICT is a good strategy? I can't tell because I haven't really properly tried it. I haven't studied it enough to understand it deeply. So I can't give you an honest answer. I can only tell you what other people are saying. But it's not per definition my opinion. Okay? So I don't really know, actually. But the thing about ICT, what I know is that there are definitely some patterns that do play out and stuff. It's all about consistency, right? What I personally prefer, this is just my personal opinion, is I like to understand the volume profile. It removes a lot of speculation from the market. It removes a lot of subjectivity from the market. It gives you areas of support. It gives you areas of resistance of which you know you will most likely see a reaction at. You know, and then at the same time, right? The footprint chart as well. Just giving us the understanding of like, hey, what are sellers doing? What are buyers doing? So with that, I mean, I'm so much more confident using this than pretty much just, you know what I mean? Only play trading with price action, for example. So right now we're in a range on the 15-minute, very tight range, very compressed range. So yeah, let's see how this developed. We shot after that overvaluation kind of aggressively right now on the 5-minute. But as long as we're in that range, it will become very tricky. Inside of this range, I don't really... Beginning here, I took an actual trade actually during the Asian session here. That was very, very clean. We were at our level, we retested the value low. We came up, we retested the value low. And then we actually tapped into the 5-minute. I remember it very well this morning. A 5-minute zone right here, where we saw a lot of sellers coming in, and then price respected it and it held support, and I was like, boom, that's a long right there. Stop loss below. So that was actually very clean. It was actually a very nice setup, and now we're kind of back there again. We're holding that as well. But if you break above the 55 and stuff, then I think that we will might continue, right? We might be trending higher and just continue to go higher. So yeah, inside this range now, we're gonna try to stay out of it and wait for price to actually give us a break. Give me a break above it or below it. Pretty straightforward actually today. If you look closely, gold didn't fill the gap properly. In the past, it usually fills the gap in the New York session. What do you think? Usually, right? When I heard that a lot, like I heard like this all the time, right? Oh, it usually does this or it usually does that. But then at the moment that you want to do it, it doesn't play out. And why is that? You never know. I never assume something in the market here. I just look at what's the price structure actually telling me right here? What's happening right at this current moment? Can we benefit from that, yes or no? So if I would see a closure below the 26, I would feel pretty confident that we could actually push down a bit further, yeah. But for now, we're holding up quite well. It holds up quite well at the moment. So buyers are definitely trying to push here. But I really want to break out of that range today, right? It's kind of the idea. Break out or yeah, simply break down and just absolutely come back to the 92. 94 actually. So it's pretty straightforward today. Like I cannot make it more complicated. It's just like the range, the confirmations outside of the range. And that's kind of it right now today. This is what I'm seeing at the moment. Completely different than Friday, right? Friday, we had a completely different approach. Friday, we were kind of trending to the upside. And yeah, I think we did something like this, right? We were actually looking for that continuation of the trend. Very straightforward. Pullback and then the push higher. Right there. But today, a little bit of a different structure. A little bit of a different structure right now at the moment here. So let's just let's evaluate. We really want to go from balanced to unbalanced. Okay, that's really what I'm looking for today. Like we have been quite balanced right now. We can see that we have been pretty ranging, consolidating here. I really want to go from balanced to unbalanced and trade that momentum, right? That's really what I'm looking forward to. Instead of trading inside of this range, I prefer to wait for the break and then the follow through. This is a really good example actually, right? Something like that, right? It's like your range, you actually do something, you break critical support or something, or resistance, and you actually make a move. Now, it could easily happen again, actually on both sides. So, yeah, let's see what happens. I think patience is definitely required today. It's also Monday, right? Usually when a Monday is there, we just need to kind of evaluate, see how the market's opened up, and like the longer the week, the more data we gather, the smarter we become. The smarter we become. Your Discord server, my Discord server is currently closed. Currently closed for new members. So my suggestion is to just show up on YouTube. Lorenzo, there used to be a free chat channel on your Discord. It was awesome. Why did you close it? I closed it because there was so many spam. You know, it was unable. I couldn't moderate it properly, to be honest. That was the real reason why. You know, a bunch of people with 10,000 different strategies and ideas. And everyone tried to be better than the other one. And then person A had a fight with person B. And it was always an issue and always drama. And a lot of spam and a lot of back-end talking, right? Where people started to talk with each other and then scam each other in the back-end. You know, it's very tough. It's very tough to have these like open Discord conversations and service here. So I prefer to just, if I do something, work with just a small group of people myself. Or with people privately. And that's pretty much it here. But for now, I suggest to just keep joining the live streams. And, you know, learn about what we're doing here. Learn about how I kind of look at the markets here. Okay. I like how the dollar is coming down. We might just hold this support very, very beautifully. A lot of sellers are trying to come down, but not really something is happening right now, right? Sellers are kind of failing here. Yeah, it was so hard to manage that community at that time, because at that time, you have to understand, when we were streaming, you know, like we had sometimes 200 new people joining every day, every stream, 200 new people joining. It's like impossible to manage at the time. What's happening on my camera? 1 second. Give me 1 second, jeez. Yo, it's way too hot today. My camera can't handle it. Can't handle it. So let's see if it cools down a little bit here. Yeah, so let me know if you guys are liking this format so far. We've been really trying to work on this format right now a lot. See how we can improve it. If you have any feedback, let me know. Of course, you guys are here for the live trading, right? Everyone wants to take the same trades, etc. Here, I always say, yo, you need to really understand why we take trades. Why do I take a trade? Like the reasoning behind it. Don't just follow me blindly. Even though last week was a full profitable week, every trade was actually either break even or a profitable trade. So that was really good. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you just blindly copy me, right? You should actually see, okay, what am I learning here? Is there something that I can learn here? And actually then take action. I think that's much better than, you know, just blindly following someone. I always keep saying this over and over again. So I think it's super important. You really want to learn and take some, you know, accountability as well. And if it aligns with your vision and something that you agree with, then you should go. Then you should rock and roll. I'm just here to guide you through the process and actually just simply show you what I do, all right, on a daily basis in the New York session. Unbook the daily volume profile. What time frame do you use it to find that level? That's usually on a 15 or 30 minute. 15 minute or 30 minute time frame. Yeah, 15 minute or 30 minute. All right, so we're back in that resistance here, man. We're back in that major resistance right now. We couldn't break it before. Okay. The 5 minute seems to be a bit overvalued. The dollar is back at support, but it's coming down, right? But it's back at that support zone as well. The oil as well is, you know, holding up quite well again. It's reacting kind of aggressively here. So that there is definitely some resistance right now in gold that we have to take in consideration here. If you want to be really aggressive, you know, if you want to be really aggressive, that could be short, but I think it's a bit too aggressive right now. I think it is a little bit too aggressive at the moment to go and look for shorts here today. Yeah, you can see how sellers are trying, but they're not really succeeding though, right? As well. They're not really succeeding at the moment, so. Let's see if we can actually just do the thing. Break out of the range or get a really, really good confirmation on the lower time frame. That would be really good. One Bai says, hello, watching from Kenya. Nice, my friend. How are you doing? How are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Lorenzo, what is the right way to use your book while trading? Well, the book is actually just a framework, right? To understand the basis of what we are doing here. But it's not per definition explaining the exact strategy that I'm using. It's just more or less the framework that we need. You need to understand how to use the volume profile. You need to understand how to execute, right? What kind of things we're looking for the execution. Things like that. Some basic information, some important information that I think is super helpful and that really sets the tone for us right now. And out of that actually came the strategy itself, the system itself, right? Yeah. All right, we're getting rejected there. We're not there. Moment of truth here. This is an important moment for gold. Actually, we closed kind of pretty strong. I still think that shorting here is very, very tricky because we will short straight. Let's say you break back below. You would short straight into the VWAP. Right there. You have a bunch of trapped sellers there. You're going to immediately find that support. I think that shorting here is just not from an order flow perspective right now. I think it's too compressed. Too compressed at the moment. So let's see what happens. But preferably we either break out and we just leave the range and we go back to that momentum here. So we have an expansion, we consolidate and we continue to go higher while the dollar drops and, you know, slows down, or we actually do calm down and we break below our level. Really looking for the breakout trade today, actually. Yeah. Really looking for the breakout setup. There's just too much happening in this range. Too many different things are happening inside of this range from an order perspective right here. MSPR KR 2324. Hi from down under Australia. It's happening, mate. How are ya? Okay, still pushing it. We're holding that support there. Wow. Back in the value high, we know, by the way, how important that level is. This is that level. It's a very, very important level. We're kind of holding that level here as support, very strong support actually. We can actually see how it formulated, acted as resistance multiple times right here as well. So similar for this area, we actually turned it into resistance too. So very important level, similar to the very low. So we're actually trading inside of this range now. So how interesting is that? We're actually forming a new range inside of a range. So this was the range we broke out. Now we're back at that same compression. And now again, orders are again either accumulating right now or distributing right now. We're seeing these orders are getting accumulated, both buy orders and sell orders. And soon we will make a decision right here. Lorenzo, do you like to yap? Bro, I'm the master yapper. I'm the yap king, you could call me. Okay? But we actually trade a lot too. Last week we took a lot of trades. But yeah, it has to be the right one. You know why? Some people actually are working right now. Some people are on the work. They're literally tuning in. They're listening while they're working. And they just have me on their background. They have their phone with trading view on it, looking at gold while they're working, listening to me on the background. Something I realized, it's actually really cool to understand that. So once I understood this, it's like turning on the radio, explaining what's happening on gold at this current moment, which is actually pushing into resistance right now. It's pushing up higher. It's trying to push higher. New York Stock Exchange open is in 25 minutes. But the volume is actually coming quite well. Look at all that selling. But price is not pushing down. So this is actually bullish. This is actually pretty bullish right now. We're actually trying to really push higher. But who knows? If we suddenly reverse or flip here, then that's actually an issue, because that means that these sellers took control. So these closes are super important, both on the 50-minute and on the 5-minute time frame. We can actually see that every candle right now that is trying to sell on gold actually, unfortunately, closed higher. Right? So sellers are trying to push price down, but every time you could see here that we're trying to close higher. You see that? So there is an absorption taking place at the moment. But if it breaks back below the 45, right? Below the 45, I mean, there is a chance we'll pull back again. And we'll stay in the range. Lucas says, nah, I'm at work right now. Got you in my headphones. Shout out to you, Lucas, my friend. Good luck on your job, man. I wish you a good day, my friend. Where are you from? More selling, more failing. More selling, more failing. A lot of sellers are trying to step in now. A lot of people are shorting right here. Look at that. Look at that absorption. Yeah, in 7 minutes as well. Is it correct? Yeah, in 7 minutes we have the open. Oh, not the open, sorry. In 22 minutes we have the open. And in 7 minutes we close this 50-minute candle. And also the 15-minute is starting to look like it really wants to push higher. And that's just because the dollar is slowing down. Also the 10-year yield. Look at that. Look at the yield dropping. The bond market, right? The treasury bonds are pushing higher, which is actually good for gold. The euro is also pushing higher. It's good for gold because it puts more pressure on the dollar, right? It's all connected with each other right now. You can see clearly what the narrative is, or the sentiment is here. But even though we understand exactly what the sentiment is, we still need to find the right setup. We still need to make sure that we execute on the right moment, right? That we manage our risk accordingly, that we don't buy too high, that we don't get trapped into a situation where we buy and we just reverse because we bought too late, for example, right? So we really have to nail that down. And we're definitely not there yet. But also same here, listening with headphones on. Keep it up, Lorenzo. Followed a few years now. Wow. Thank you. Appreciate this. How do you read the footprint chart, my friend? I can go over it quickly if you want to understand how this works. I'm not going to go over into all the insights, all the details. This took me a long time to configure correctly, by the way, to set it up all correctly. A really long time to make it perfect. But what you actually can see here is a series of buyers and sellers. So we have the bid and the ask. Okay, the bid is on the left, the ask is on the left. Okay, more market selling on the left, market buying on the right here. But I don't really actually look at the numbers too much. I do, but not too much. Okay, what I care about more is the volume traded. So the more stronger it's highlighted as red or green, the more important these zones for me are. Okay, and then the candle closures will actually help me with where we currently stand. So it's the combination of the candle closures in combination with these highlighted zones, these boxes, and I turn that and make, yeah, you could say real boxes out of that. Okay, and this is how we find resistance. So we have a huge red box here. You can see how we have been holding that as resistance here throughout the whole session. And even right now, look at how many sellers right now are still stepping in here. Okay, it's a lot of sellers that are still trying to step in right now. And there's a lot of volume, by the way. A lot of volume right now coming in. We are overvalued on the 5 minute. We're also overvalued on the... No, we're not overvalued on the 50 minutes. So just on the 5 minute right now, we're overvalued again. And last time when we were overvalued, we indeed got rejected there. But yeah, it has to really break structure, I think, in order for it to make it any sense. Dylan Lobby says, would you say it would be best to move to trading view from MT5, or does it really matter? I think it doesn't really matter. Whatever you prefer. Wow, look at that. Every seller right now at the moment is getting absolutely, yeah, wrecked at this current moment. All the sellers that are trying to step in here, straight in drawdown, straight to drawdown. Because the candles keep pushing. And the dollar is pushing down, okay? So the sentiment is pretty clear right now. The only one that doesn't really want to break down is oil. But the dollar definitely wants to come down here, even though we're back at support. All right, wow. We will actually break out today, right? Wow, we're actually seeming to break out today. Look at that. We're not there yet, but yeah, this is definitely heading into the right direction. Wow, look at that closure as well on the 15-minute here. Wow, this next 15-minute closure will be super important. Super important. Wow. Specifically the this area where there's so much volume traded. Initially, the sells were very appealing, but we never closed below the level that we wanted it to close. And right now, it seems that every seller here is just getting absorbed. So this closure will be very important. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, we're heading back towards that level. I think we might be heading back to the 69, the 70s. The 50-minute looks the most interesting because the 50-minute broke out clean with the amount of volume traded below here and a very, very negative delta here. This is what I mean with selling. Look at the amount of selling here. We have a lot more volume than in all the previous candles here. Okay. We are now sitting at 3,000 contracts traded in this 50-minute candle, right? 3,000 contracts traded. 1.4 here, 1.1K, 1.9, 1.4, 1.2, 1.3, 400, 700, 500, 500, 800, 600. We haven't really seen this number. You see that? This is a lot of volume. This breakout has a lot of volume behind it right now at the moment. Okay, and we saw the closure and a lot of trapped sellers now on this 50-minute candle here. Right below that, now right above that level here, which is also above the very high. The 54, right? The 54. Right in that box. Wow, this could be an actual momentum play. Slowy says, I don't know how many times I've been watching and these huge moves gets missed. Yeah, but we still make money every day. We have been making money. So in the end, that's what we care about. We care about making money. Not about catching huge moves every day, all the time. Because the confirmation, the right setup, the right idea for me needs to be there. But you could have also catched it if you liked it, right? If you thought it was a good setup, then you could have catched it as well. And I hope you did. I hope you catched it. Yeah, I want to see if we can pull back to the 53. 54. It's just very tricky today, in general. If a huge seller or buyer comes in, why don't you go with him? We are not really seeing huge sellers or buyers right now at the moment. We're seeing a lot of absorption. So a lot of people are trying to sell into buyers, into a large buyer. Actually, a lot of people are trying to sell here. Right? This is why it's kind of bullish, because sellers are failing. They're unable to push price down. So there is a larger absorption taking place, right? And now we're pulling back here. So I'm very curious what happens here. And this is a breakout. This could be a breakout trade, actually, where we indeed pull back, find support, and continue to go higher. I'm very curious to the very high, especially. Right here, the blue line, which is the very high. We have been respecting this level before a lot. It's a very important zone, the 4750. The dollar is back at that support again, right? We really want to break that, by the way. We really want to break that support. If we want to continue to go higher on gold as well. So that would be very nice if that's the case. But now it's again, we're dealing with the open as well in like what, 12 minutes? Gustav says, thank you for the free ultimate book, my G. Hope you're doing well, man. No problem. What trade did you take today? I only took one trade during the Asia session, which is right here. That's pretty much it. One trade during the Asia session at around 12 a.m., 12 p.m. New York. Sorry, 12 a.m. New York time. Pretty much from there to there. So yeah, we're trying to hold up our streak. Just keep killing it, keep pushing. All right, we're going to be close to the actual open of the New York Stock Exchange here. If we start to push down aggressively here, I'm going to pay a lot of attention to what's going on. I'm not going to FOMO anything today, though. Just so you guys know that in advance. Okay, I'm going to tell you already, I'm not going to FOMO in today. I think we have been very aggressive last week with trading. A lot of trades. Quite aggressive trades as well. But today I'm definitely more on the patient side again. Waiting for the setup to come to me. See if I can find something. So just so you know in advance. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, this should be a serious area of support though, right here. This should be a major zone area of support here. Also on the lower time frame. Dollar is starting to break. It's starting to look weaker for sure. We're just back in that higher time frame zone. This is why we're struggling here. Actually, it's very straightforward. You can see it already. Right here, right here. All right, we have the open in 8 minutes. Are we still in the range? We kind of are still in the range, right? We kind of are still in the range here. You can actually see it very well. How we're in that resistance right now at the moment here. So the buys are looking very tempting, but we're still there, and we're dealing with the open as well of the New York Stock Exchange. I think it's a bit too risky right now at the moment to hop into buys and just say, okay, I love selling. Sellers are failing, but again, we know it's the New York Stock Exchange open. We know we tend to see some manipulation happening around it. We are also still in that higher time frame resistance right here, so we're definitely not done yet with the actual move. I think the real move actually still has to come here. It's gonna be so strong support though. We know that. We know it's gonna be strong support, but VQMar says, thanks man, just read the book. I read the book and following all the textbook setups going really well for me. That's beautiful, man. That's a great way to start. That is a great way to start. My friend, just download the book and read it. And yeah, enjoy, man. Enjoy. Beautiful, rangy Goldie. As always, we're kind of used to it right now at this moment, right? In the New York session. But we also know that usually the move will still come. They tend to just come a bit later today. I don't know, lately. Have you noticed that? A little bit later than usual. Internally, yes. In the range itself, we see moves, but I'm talking about the breakouts, right? The momentum moves, the bigger moves, the actual continuation plays and stuff. All right, then we're gonna wait patiently. 4 minutes. 3.5 actually. What about the euro? I mean, the euro is... where's the euro? The euro is... okay. Yeah, it's super connected with gold, right? You can see it. Super connected with gold right now. Bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, right? Very connected with gold. So it's also a really good way to understand gold. It's just by following the euro. Not just gold itself, but the euro as well. You can definitely find things within that, definitely. But yeah, if I don't find, let's say, a clean setup within like, let's say, what, let's say 20 minutes, I might keep it a bit shorter this stream. Like, I don't really want to hold you guys too long either, right? Because in the end, I get it. We're all here to have fun, but we're also here to like trade and find some setups and stuff here. But if I say, listen, I don't think I see something today that like aligns with what I'm looking for, then there's no reason to also stay on the stream forever, just for the sake of it, right? Because we will be streaming every day anyways. We'll be coming back tomorrow. Last week we traded every day, I think. Yeah, every day. But yeah, let's see if we break out and actually do something that aligns with what we're looking for. What do you guys think? What do you guys see here? Let me know in the chat. I'm going to read the chat right now. Let me check it out. Hold us too long. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry. I will not hold you up for no reason. All right. Could you provide an analysis of the dollar yen? Let's focus on gold. We're trying really to focus on gold. Maybe sometimes we look at the Nasdaq, but let's just really focus on gold for now. I see the flip. Wow. Okay. All right. We have 2 minutes for the New York Stock Exchange open. That's what we're waiting for, right? See if the volume comes in. Yeah, so we're actually reacting from our zone here. How many sellers are trapped in the Asian session? Well, overall, throughout the Asian session, you can actually see it was predominantly buyers. A lot of buyers stepped in here, except for here. This is where everyone started to sell, right here. But there was a lot of more selling here. And that's why we bought here. And then we actually entered and exited the trade right there, a bit higher. And then right here, it's similar, right? A lot of people are trying to sell it. This is why we're still bullish, in my opinion. Okay, we have the open right now. So any pullback, right? Any pullback into our zone one more time. I think I'm willing to give it a shot if you manage to pull back still. And actually see if we could actually bounce a bit higher. We're definitely gonna, I think you're definitely still gonna push down. I think we're overvalued as well, right? So we definitely need to cool off. Definitely think we're going to push down still. Will not be surprised if we do. Where's the dollar? Where's the dollar? Where's the dollar? There we go. Yeah, I definitely see gold trying to push here a little bit. There's so much volume on the last candles, but there's not really that much like follow through. Chai says, hey brother from Sri Lanka. Nice, my friend. Welcome. By the way, throughout the applications, I noticed there are a lot of people from Romania. A lot of Romanians in the chat. So if you're from Romania, press a 1 in the chat if you're a Romanian. Let's see what happens. Oh shit. There we go. A lot of Romanians in the chat. Alex says Moldova. All right. Man, I hope we can just slow down a little bit, pull back, find support, continue higher. Dollar closing below, targeting then the, what was it? On the daily time frame, it was very clear. The 70s. 70s? Yes. The 70s and the 75s, actually. Yeah, right around there. So actually second wave, wave 2. This is wave 1 and then simply wave 2. That would actually be very good. If you can pull back, we cool down a bit and we hold above the level. Actually, we just have some sort of kind of breakout. We're trying to break out. It will be the same level. We also have the 42, but definitely expect some pullback. TR Trade says, would be so typical to see a super bullish trend day when they announce the most bearish news possible. Welcome to the marketplace, to the auction house. Welcome to the Trump era, my friend. Yeah, dollar is kind of actually close below it. It's actually struggling. It's actually struggling. So yeah, Goldie is holding up very well. Yeah, you can definitely see why. So much volume here. I would definitely not short here. I'm gonna keep a very close eye on these two levels here. The 45, the 46, sorry. And of course the where we are right now, pretty much. But the 46 is probably something I would be willing to do, actually. And I'm actually thinking about putting a buy limit there. But it's not sure we get there. But like, at least I do think it makes sense because we have the range. And the 46 is pretty much right around the point of control of the range. So we have our level here right now. Let's mark out this level as well. Let's also take that in consideration, that we do have that area, which is the point of control of this range. And we could easily react. We could also easily pull down and then look for the continuation higher. And I actually like what we're doing here. We're kind of pushing down a bit. That's exactly what I want to see. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do this by default right now. Just already, in case we kind of do get there. And maybe I will get filled. Maybe I will not get filled. But I think it's a good level to set a limit order at. Seeing that major level here. And I do think that we kind of have to pull back a little bit. So yeah, I think I'm kind of curious to see what happens here. We are definitely in resistance here though. We cannot neglect this. But I would not be surprised if we would pull back. Maybe even close above the very high, but swipe, right? Take that wick down and then still close above the 50s. A lot of people will short now and then entering these shorts here, as you can see already. That's very interesting. A pullback would be amazing, actually. I would love to see a pullback. And I think that's the only logical move that I'm willing to trade here, is the pullback long. And I'm only really want to short it below the 26 and close below the 26. Because inside of this range, there's too much happening. Too many zones, too many orders, too many levels. So I would be willing to buy inside the range. I would not be willing to sell inside of the range. But I would be definitely selling below the range. And below the 26 specifically. Kind of would be the best area, I think. Yeah, US 10 yields dropping. It's kind of holding support, but yeah, the bonds still looking very strong. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I'm gonna at least set the limit order at 46 here, guys. Just in case. Let's see what happens. 46.5, let's say. All right, I'm gonna do that. See if we can get into that, and then let's see if we can hold, or at least get in. maybe even wick into our trade, and then yeah, let's see. Let's just give it a try. I think that's something I'm willing to do. You have to put on control here, of course, right? We have the very high here. My goal is actually to get into the trade and then close above the very high. Kind of, that's the idea. Yeah, it makes sense. It's worth it. It's definitely worth a try here. It's definitely worth a try, at least. I think it kind of aligns well with the with this range too, with the middle range right here. That's very high here. Yeah, the very high of that range. Exactly. Right here. So we could easily pull that back. I mean, let's just give it a try. Let's see what happens, right? Let's give it a shot. I love how we're cooling down already. And this is that major zone I'm looking at right now. It's this area. I'm going to highlight this right now. So we have this marked out. I'm going to actually decrease this zone. Pretty strong rejection here. So I'm actually curious with gold right now if this rejection is real. This push down. Yeah, I'm willing to try it though. Definitely. 75-ish. See how we manage this. Oh man, if that candle on the 50-minute would flip it, oh, that would be insane. We've seen this so many times, geez. We have seen this so many times, right? Before. Still 4 minutes for this candle to close. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna try it for sure. Definitely give it in the shot. See if we can get into that setup there, and then hopefully we hold above this. And then I think my stop loss will go. Yeah, it should go pretty low though. That's the only thing. Let's see what happens. Yeah, you see it's already kind of feeling that support there. I'm very curious what will happen here. Very curious. Let's see. It's already getting that support, right? It's already getting that support here. Let's see if you can actually get into it. And we do want to close above the 54 after that, by the way. We don't really want to close below that. I'm just saying. We want to immediately get in and immediately flip. Like, we want to see that spike coming in. Which happens a lot, by the way. But we really want to see that. And we haven't taken out these highs as well, right? So that's good. That's interesting. We didn't sweep these highs or something. Wow, imagine this flipping already bullish. That would be crazy. That would be nuts. If this would now flip bullish. Oh, wow. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't flip bullish. Unless we want to miss out on the trade on a couple pips. Yeah, you see? If this flips bullish, then that's exactly what I was thinking would happen. Something like that. But let's see. You really want to close above the 54s though, because it's like a serious level of resistance here. You really want to close above that. Going to 5 minutes. Yeah, you really want to close above that. Above the 54s. It's still resistance right now. We could still get there. Yeah, definitely could still get there. Yeah, the dollar is going to close below that. Yeah, we got to try them. Indeed, I agree. We got to try it for sure. In this case, I would say so, yes. Yeah, I would not be surprised, guys, to be honest, if this was actually indeed that the idea that we had in mind. All right, we might even get filled up. What's the 5 minute doing? We're back at square one. We're back at the equilibrium. Yeah, but if this breaks out right now, guys, then we really like, wow. Yeah. Yeah, that would be so crazy. That would be so crazy. Asia was trading, London was choppy. The question is, are New York buyers willing to buy at a premium? Actually, we took out the London lows there before, huh? The London lows were taken. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Sellers are really trying to take control here. So yeah, but patience is everything right now. Let's see if we can actually do something that we want. Sellers are not really getting anywhere at the moment though, right? That's kind of what we're seeing here. All right, we're in finally. Okay, let's see what happens. I think it's worth a try. I like the overall idea here. We'll give it at least a shot. Point of control needs to be some sort of shield as well. So I don't really want to close below the point of control, by the way. Then I might just cut it very short for today and leave it for today. Not really gonna mess up with my wrist too much. But this is a level. This is a real level, G's. There we go. It's a real level. And we want to hold a buff. Wow, yes. Boom. That's what I was waiting for, G. That's exactly what I was waiting for. Exactly that. Exactly that. Where is my sell stop? Why is it not working? What? My sell stop is literally not working. Order rejected. What do you mean order rejected? What? You're kidding me. Right now when the volume kicks in? That's crazy. Oh, here we go. Wow, that's exactly what I was waiting for, guys. Wow. That's exactly what I was waiting for. What was my whole trading view is absolutely broken right now. I'm not joking. What is going on? Wow, though, that's exactly what I was waiting for, guys. Exactly. Look at that. Boom, baby. That's the one. That's the one, baby. That's the freaking trade, D. That is the trade. Boom. That is the trader trades, my friends. My trading view is absolutely tripping, though. I closed it on top step. I closed it on top step. Man, can I just close the trade, man? Just let me close the trade right now. What are you doing? Why can I not close the trade? 1 second, guys. Sorry for this. Anyways, I closed the trade. At least that's my intention, is to close the freaking trade. Okay. Wow, it's tripping. It's tripping. It's absolutely tripping. Huh? Yo, you know what? Bro, this was crazy. This trade was absolutely insane. Give me 1 second. Wow. Anyways, guys, there we go. We're out of the trade. We are out of the freaking trade here, guys. Congratulations, man. That was a beautiful trade, man. Woo. Patience, man. Patience is so important. Perfect limit order. Tapping into our level. The 60 freaking 5 right there. Immediate spike to the upside. That was gorgeous. Not gonna lie. These trades are top level, guys. I love that. I love that. I really love that. It's been a while. You know, these like clean freaking setups right there. These clean, beautiful, clean setups right there. Absolutely love that. Okay? Absolutely love that. Beautiful way to start the week, by the way. Beautiful way to start the week. I hope that deserves a like right there, my G's. I really hope you guys can give me a big fat like for that one. Damn. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, okay. We have to watch this back. Look at the flip here as well. Look at the flip. Right there. We got in, we got out at the perfect freaking moment. Absolutely perfect moment right there, my friends. Okay. This is why we look at the volume profile, we look at our key levels. We understand that we were at the right zone here in terms of the valuation. We were in the middle, which is fine. We were not overvalued anymore. This is why we didn't want to buy here, because we had that consolidation there and that equilibrium, right? We tend to bounce a lot from these like equilibriums when it comes down to the correlation. The dollar closed below that, and at the same time we saw our major zone right here, our major beautiful freaking zone. I need to watch this back for a second here, okay? Let's watch this back for a second. Let's see what happened. Because I was literally just going over my, you know what I mean? Trying to cut my trade. Anyways, okay. We got into the limit order right here, right? There was one. Okay. We got into that limit order. It came in. Right there. Boom. A little bit of patience. A little bit of patience we needed right there. Okay. Dollar was still ranging. Was actually close below here. Flipped bearish. We were in our box, our beautiful red box. We knew it was important. And we started to see that in the equilibrium right there was also actually quite good. We didn't want to see that that follow through there. We want to help that support there. And then boom, all these sellers started to enter. And there we go. It started to come here. Buyers started to step in here. Buyers started to step in here. But this trade was like, what, 2 minutes? I think so. Right there, the 46.5. It came down. And there we go. Boom. Flip. I wanted to place a sell stop, but it was not working, right? It was not loading. Okay? It was not loading. I was like, damn. Right now? Are you serious? Look at my face. Okay. Order rejected. So, wow. Anyways, I think it was pretty clear. We did close it on our top step, and then eventually we closed it also on our own account. But I definitely had to give back something. Boom, look at that beauty right there. That's it. Yeah, that's what we wanted. Right there. Okay. Okay, good. There we go. Okay. Yeah, amazing, guys. Amazing, amazing, amazing here. You know what I'm going to do? Just for clarification here. I think that was the trade. What do you guys think? I think that was the trade here. You guys agree? That was the trade. And the winning streak, geez, continues once again on the live streams, live in front of you on a daily basis here. So we are continuing to proceed right now with what we are doing. And I'm not going to trade anymore. I think that was the trade. No need to be excited to force something. Can I get into another trade? I could. I mean, we could potentially hold here, but I think the move, that was the move I was looking for. I told you guys, I want to see that tap into, and I want to immediately wick. I want to create that spike up, that wick to the upside right there. Okay. We are at that support here. It's a major level, by the way, this zone. That 46.5 is a major area, and the dollar is slowing down tremendously here. So we could still reach the 70s, right? The 75s. I think there is a possibility that we could do that. But again, you have to understand, I'm here to make money consistently every day, as much as I can, but not forced. Okay? So I think from my side here, I think that was actually the trade for today. And I think 2 hours, 1 hour and 50 minutes. We keep the stream a bit shorter today as well. I think that was a trade, and I wanted to just leave it like that here and give you guys some insights into what I think will potentially happen right now, what's happening on gold here. We'll make sure we do the full breakdown as well of the trade later. Of course, we always break this down at the end of the week if you are interested in learning about it deeply. But overall, that was kind of the move that we were looking for. And yeah, let's just do it. Let's just go over the rest here. Mind explaining why the zone was so important? Yeah, the 46.5 was very important because we tapped into the value area high of that range. But the actual order flow was telling us that exact level right there, okay? Right below that. So usually what happens when you work together with our hybrid system that we have developed, okay? We have been talking about our trading strategy, right? Our hybrid system. This is a typical entry where you tap into your key level, the value area high, right here, okay? The fixed value high. It's all in our book, by the way, guys. You can download this book for free, right? It's all in there. We literally explain it step by step, okay? But it's the value area high here, okay? You can see how it's holding that beautiful support, but usually what happens, you create these wicks, okay? Price gets supported, but it swipes through to tap into these orders, specifically where these trapped sellers are. So you can see that this is that level, and this is why we placed our buy limit below the level instead of on the level to make sure we get wicked into the trade and we then spike to the upside right there. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. I'm gonna go much deeper into this here. I want to keep the stream a bit shorter today as well here, because I think this was just a good example today once again to show you that patience is actually the most important part of our journey. It really is. Sometimes it just takes that one opportunity that we can snap, that we can get, and boom, we're getting in, we're getting out. Sometimes we stay in for longer, right? And sometimes you see price going up and up and up, and you say, why don't you take a trade? Well, because I don't see the setup that aligns with what I am looking for. That's the difference. That is the key difference here. Right? But if you give it enough time to say, you know what? I see something. Let's just try. Let's give it a shot. Let's put a buy limit there. And this is sometimes what can play out right there. Okay? I hope that makes sense, guys. I'm going to keep this stream a bit shorter today. Press a W in the chat one more time, and I hope to see you tomorrow one more time as well here. Let's see if we can get to the 500 likes. Let's get there, all right? Let's come back tomorrow again. Let's follow up with the same processes here and continue with what we're doing right now. And I'm, like I said before, guys, extremely happy with you guys here, being here on the streams every single day. And we're just building an amazing community like this on YouTube. I'm not joking. We're building an amazing community on YouTube. And if you really like this free education, then you know what to do here. And for the people who signed up and actually made the application as well here, right? For the 50 people we're going to teach this exact trading system, then we have a lot of applications, but we'll go through them. It is paid, of course, okay? Like I said, the only way I would do something that's paid is for a small group of people and give them the exact tools needed, the exact strategy needed, the exact system needed in order to get there, and give them that really personal touch for 6 weeks straight, going all in with them to turn them profitable and turn them into beasts, okay? That's why we have it. So that's the expectation here. But for the rest, join the daily live streams. These are free. You can join them every day. We trade together, we learn together, we evolve, we look at gold. And this is why we're here, okay? I appreciate you guys here. Let me put on some tunes to make sure that we end the stream with some vibes. A little bit, my apologies for the shorter stream today, but it's actually the perfect timing. I'll see you tomorrow, and we're going to continue our process right there. Peace. Thank you.